All right, I'm live. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope your Saturday's off to a good start. Doing another Saturday Business Live here. Um, just getting the technology right. So just got back from jujitsu. That's something I do on Saturdays, do jujitsu. As you can see, I got scratched here on the head. Or as my 3-year-old said when I got home, I got a bobo. But anyways, jujitsu is awesome. I really like it. It's a great workout. It's competitive. It's strategy. I guess I like to get beat up on the weekend, so I'm prepared to get beat up during the week. I guess literally beat up on Saturdays. But anyways, today we're going to talk a little bit more about leadership. And for those of y'all that have seen the title, I need to plug in the title on the Facebook Live here. But the title is One Way to Be a Leader, Even If You Know Nothing About Leadership. And so I ran across this particular topic over the past week. And those of y'all that have seen my LinkedIn profile, you know that I'm a big advocate of education. I have some degrees here behind me. I'm a lifelong learner, at least I like to think I am. And I'm always looking for different perspectives and ways to improve. But there's ways to do things and there's ways to be good at things without having a lot of knowledge about the subject. And this was something that came up earlier this week, and it has to do with your energy level. And I didn't realize how powerful that was until I started doing some research there's a professor at Wharton Business School that talked about the topic, about how your energy level is contagious. So, and this goes for any team. So if you're a leader on a team, it makes an even bigger impact because your team's looking up to you to set the tone for the team. But if you're a member of the team, the same thing comes into play, because you think about it, if you show up to a meeting or to a team event, or you interact with the team, your attitude is going to be contagious to the other team members. And I know right now there's a virus going around in China and around the world. You're probably hearing about that on the news. Well, that same type of, not the same type, but similar, your energy level can be like a virus as well, to where when you interact with other people, they're going to pick up on your energy level. So if you're frustrated or you're sad or you're happy, whatever that is, your teammates or your team is going to pick up on that energy level, and it's going to affect productivity. It's going to affect their success. It's going to affect your success. So this is something that requires no knowledge. You don't have to be an expert in leadership or have some sort of degree. All you have to do is show up with the right energy level. And you've probably heard people refer to, attitude being everything. And I think this is very much connected to that. So as a leader, as I mentioned earlier, it's even more important to show up with that right energy level. But there's been studies on the types of energy levels that are most productive for teams. And surprisingly, and I don't mean for this to be cheesy or anything, but actually love was one of the top types of emotions that you want to show up with a team. And I know we're talking energy, but it's, energy is reflected in the emotions we have. So that's the type of energy level you want to show up with on a team if you can. And there's still a lot of research going on about this particular emotion within teams, whether it's coming from the leader or among the team members. But surprisingly, love has a big impact, and it makes sense. So if you think about it, if you truly care about your team and you truly care about your teammates, it's going to create a culture within that team that's a productive culture, and it's going to be reflected among the team members. And as a leader, you're setting that tone more than anyone else. So there was an example of this recently. Sorry, I'm getting lots of emails just coincidentally as I'm on the live here. There was a situation here recently. It's a small situation, but it kind of made a decent impact with me. So my family and I, we were going to get pictures taken, like yearly pictures. It was around Christmas time, or a little bit before, a little bit after. I don't remember the exact date, but if you've ever taken family pictures, you know how frustrating that can be in some cases, especially if you have little kids. They, they mess up their hair. They're taking their time. They're not doing what you ask. And it's always on picture day when they act like this. So of course we showed up to get their pictures taken, and we've already been dealing with this. We drove about 20 minutes to where the photographer was, and the getting ready for the pictures is just the beginning of it. But once you show up to actually do the pictures, it's just sometimes it can be even worse, because then they're really not doing anything that you asked them to do. They don't want to take the pictures right. So we showed up, at least I did. I showed up with the wrong attitude or the wrong energy level. It was like a Sunday afternoon, and it was just one of those days. And so I just wanted to get the picture done, right? Well, the photographer, when she was there, she was like, her energy level was like 10 times greater than mine. She was very enthusiastic, very happy. And at first it kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, wow, she is really into her job. But it was amazing. By the end of the photography session, all of us were laughing, and we just had a really good time. And the kids had a good time. They actually did everything they were supposed to be told, or everything they're supposed to do, everything they were told. And when we left there, I was like, wow, that from the time I got there to the time I left, I mean, my energy level was completely changed. So that's just one example. I'm sure you could think of some examples where you've experienced something similar as well. But bottom line, show up with the right energy level, show up with the right attitude, and it will make a dramatic impact as a leader or a member of the team. And I think I alluded to this earlier. You can be a leader even if you don't have a title that says you're a leader. Anybody can be a leader. So hope you found this helpful. Hope you enjoyed this Saturday Business Live, and have a great weekend.